Good morning to you. 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Brandon Hardison, President of Champion Strategies, with another edition of Hardison'S Tips. First thing, just want to remind you, tomorrow being August the 5th, 12 noon, we go live. And our special guest is Stan Shear, automotive BDC expert. That's tomorrow, 12 noon. So let's get to it because I know you have to get rocking and rolling, and I have to also. This is part two. Yesterday we talked about if you are an outside sales professional, major account, key account, up and down the street, in-home sales, the question is in the future, are you still needed? And picking up from where we left off yesterday, let's look at the size of the purchase, specifically when the purchase is a big ticket item. The chances of the purchaser making that decision without a live relationship with the seller is less likely. Where the purchase decision is smaller, the likelihood of a salesperson's is far greater. So let me give you an example. I've been fortunate to do a lot of work in the business equipment industry, worked with dozens of companies who sold sophisticated things, but everything had to be documented. I remember we had copiers working with one of the larger companies at the time, $1 million or more for what these things could do moving towards a paperless society. And if it wasn't for that team solution selling, where we could show the decision maker and also how we were going to take care of them now, during, and after with the service to keep them up and running, it would have been tough to do for that size of a purchase. Now, if something is smaller and less expensive, yes, maybe we do not need that human contact. So just keep that in mind. The larger the purchase, it may take a month, it may take 2 months, 3 months, but those folks are in pretty good shape as long as the relationship and your follow-up and the history of you doing exactly what that company was looking for, you're still going to be in pretty good shape. How about the integrity of your sales process? When the sales process is involved and it's complex, the role of a live outside salesperson will continue to be required. When the sales process is simple and straightforward, field salespeople may not be necessary. For example, automotive manufacturers deciding on a vendor for a couple of the components for a new automobile. Lots of engineers must sign off on the deal, so a lot of people in the purchasing have to be involved. Heavily hands-on buying process. The cost of the individual item may be pennies, but the risk of making a mistake is huge, and purchasers reduce the risk with multiple layers of buying requirements. So when the process is more simplified and easy, it makes it easier for that salesperson to still be part of it. How about the sophistication of the consumer? With today's consumer, with all the technology, some people can get through without having someone to guide them as an expert going through. But it works in reverse. Technology scares a lot of people. So if you can educate your consumer step by step with this new technology, and you're an integral part, the bottom line is that you're going to be more needed, and the degree to what you and your sales force may be doing in the future can rise. Now, then again, if it is a mom and pop small store, and they do not do that much technology, well, the bottom line is that they probably will not need a salesperson or a sales force. It may be obsolete. So if you're the customer, unsophisticated, not really knowing, not that much involved, just investing, salespeople and their expertise will probably be there. However, if you're a consumer that is sophisticated and you know exactly what you're doing out there, yes, outside salespeople may not be in your near future. So if you happen to be a person that enjoys still contacting large businesses, you must find a way of how they're going to operate in the future, being the next 2, 3, 4 years out. Can we still make this successful? Do people still buy from people? Yes, they do, but you must be always prepared. How do you do that? By practicing your current role, by staying in touch, following up with your people, and by also being that person of knowledge that they can count on when they're ready to do something, not when you're ready. So always remember as you're moving through this, persistency is a start, but consistency is where it pays the bill. Once again, Brandon Hardison, president of Champion Strategy, another Hardison'S tips for you. Hey, as always in parting, you go out there and you make it a champion.